Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, well, some more Canelo Alvarez, Terrence Crawford, residue. Biggest fight of the year. A lot of stuff has been said before the fight, after the fight. You know how it is, y'all. And things are going down, right? Who should Canelo fight next? Who should Terrence Crawford fight next? And these things. And, our people, something just wrong with our people. We just constantly, we can't get rid of, how we are and how we think. Listen, before this fight, the narrative was Terrence Crawford is too small for Canelo Alvarez. That's why he's going to win. Go back and look at Joel Diaz, his interviews, for example, just to see, how people were thinking. It's almost, when we first started, it was a circus fight, right? Hey, we shouldn't have that fight. I'm saying? Terrence Crawford didn't do good against Madrimov at 154. How is he going to even fight Canelo? Canelo is skilled and way too big. How is Terrence Crawford going to handle the power, right? And also before the fight, hey, Canelo, he don't have to fight David Benavidez. David Benavidez rehydrates. He's too big for Canelo, even though they were in the same weight division for damn near 3 years. Benavidez was Canelo's mandatory for 2.5 of those. So that's what's happening. Now, Canelo gets beat decisively, even though the score cards were too close. Those 215, 113s, actually they should be investigated, but they won't be. The thing is, you have that narrative. Now, Crawford beats Canelo, like I said, decisively, and they want Crawford to fight David Benavidez. The bigger dude that's too big for Canelo, right? Now Crawford should fight him. No one's saying somebody, hey, Crawford, you're like, for example, if you're Mexican and you're just so into your being Mexican that you have no more objectivity, then you would want a Mexican to do something, right? So, in a fair fight. So you should be saying right now, like Virgil Ortiz, could you go get a couple of titles at 154 or 160? Go get a couple of titles, and then Crawford will be calling you. Right? We don't want to do that. We're trying to tell Benavidez to come back down for 168 pounds, not to fight Canelo, but Terrence Crawford. Now, David Benavidez is saying, listen, I got a title at 175. I'm about to go get some more. Come beat up Benavidez and Bivol, right? Holla at me. I want Canelo still. I know that's going to piss people off. Benavidez wants Canelo still because they're the same size. But the fans out here are still talking about little old Terrence Crawford and Benavidez. Go figure. Especially Brawling News 24/7. Actually they call themselves Boxing News, but they for some reason they hate boxing, right? They don't like that. So I call them Brawling News 24/7. They broke the article. Benavidez wants Canelo, but we want Crawford. Crawford's scared of Benavidez now. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. 135, 140, 147, 154, then 168. Now, I should fight David Benavidez. But David Benavidez is trying to fight the 175-pounders, get his legacy going, because Canelo was in his way for getting a legacy at 168. He's going to get 175. Then he might go up to the cruiserweight and fight Gilberto Ramirez in an all-Mexican shootout, right? He's got bigger fish to fight than little Terrence Crawford, because he ain't going to get no props for beating little Terrence Crawford. He's huge, right? So, but that's what I said. The people are kind of sick that wants that. Instead of just saying, Terrence Crawford, fight somebody your damn size. You went up to 168 for Canelo, not for 168-pounders. For Canelo, because Canelo, like I told you guys before, wasn't in the top 4 168-pounders. Well, top 4 maybe, depends. I would give him top 4. But he's behind David Benavidez when he was there. He was behind David Morrell when he was there, and he sure as hell is behind Demetrius Andrade. So he's the 4th best one. And Terrence Crawford was like, I can beat the 4th best one. I ain't saying I can beat all of those guys. right? Terrence Crawford's not running around saying he could beat everybody. And I done told you guys, it's not going to stop to Terrence Crawford versus Godzilla. Watch. It's a half joke, but it might not. Somebody might really say that. So let's stay focused. David Benavidez wants Canelo, and he's offering him the belts, right? Let's see if Canelo takes that fight. Brawling News 24 and a lot of, I don't know if you want to call them fans, a lot of people that just want to see Terrence Crawford lose in some kind of way wants him to fight David Benavidez. Just like people were saying, hey, Floyd Mayweather, if you're so good, fight the doped Manny Pacquiao. Right? Devin Haney, if you're so good, you should have beat the doped Ryan Garcia, and it didn't even make weight. That's what this is, right? This is similar. If you're so good, then, do something. The other fighters can do whatever they want, be doped, fight unfair, or whatever. Now, or hey, William Cepeda. This is how Boxing News 24 works. Shakur Stevenson's not going to beat William Cepeda. He throws too many punches. You're going to have him in the pocket. He's too many punches. He's not going to be able to run. Let's make the ring smaller. Remember? Make the ring smaller, too. But just don't forget that. This is how they doing brothers. Make the ring smaller, stand in the pocket, and fight this guy in his fight. He does that. After the fight, Brawling News 24 starts saying, William Cepeda ain't nothing anyway. Shakur, you ain't fighting nobody. But before the fight, he wasn't going to beat him. Just before the fight. This is how, when you're racist, they understand you don't give a damn, so you can say whatever you want. Actually, their credibility should be shot. You just said the man can't beat William Cepeda. Then under those circumstances, smaller ring and staying in the pocket, fight his fight. He does that, and you still can't give him props. You just say, well, we're going to have to say William Cepeda ain't nothing, because we sure ain't saying his brother's awesome. William Cepeda ain't nothing. Canelo Alvarez ain't nothing. He's on the downside. He's finished. Because we can't just say Crawford's awesome. No, we can't sue. So what we got to do? Damn, I'm sorry, Canelo. You ain't nothing. William Cepeda, you was undefeated, but you ain't nothing. Right? Ryan Garcia, well, whatever, man. You won the fight. They still say you won the fight. They don't say nothing. You know what I mean? This is what you're living in. And it's a parallel universe. These people are actually sick and need professional help. But that's not what our government is telling them. And that's not what people are telling them. It's okay to be this ridiculous. So that's what we're going through. So I would like to still see Canelo versus Benavidez. What about y'all? Doma Sports Talk Worldwide. And I'm out of here, y'all.